Welcome to Book Cuddle. I'm your host, Karen Reeder with Read Gab. Today we're doing a collaboration, so I'm going to let our other host introduce herself.
Hello, I'm Annisha Jeffries, and I'm the host of Reading in the Middle podcast.
All right, perfect. So today we are just going to talk about books that we're excited for, middle grade books of 2026. What are our most anticipated books? So for me, immediately it was sequels. And not just sequels, but I noticed I made a list of sequels and they're all fantasy because that's just my jam. I love it so much. So the first one is the Whisperwicks. I have the first two books, and Jordan Lees just makes this amazing story. So instead of telling what book three's about, in case people have not read book one or two, I'll just tell
Oh.
what the first Whisperwick's about. So the first one is the Labyrinth of Lost and Found, and this
Mhm.
boy is pulled in to like an alternate world. He goes through kind of like a dimension kind of thing that he's in this fantastical world. He's initially in our world,
Ooh.
and there are these dolls that hang at their hip, and they're able to cast them as different animals. And it's this magical, just fantastical world. But the labyrinth is that the whole world, you've got to stay close to home or you might get lost. And people who venture too far from home get lost. And so it's this big evil is going on, and he's trying to, he
Mhm.
gets involved in fighting the evil in this world. And so overcomes one part of the evil in book one, goes back in book two to this fantastical
Mhm.
world and faces kind of similar evil. So I'm assuming similar in book three that we're going to continue this, kind of where in fantasy books you often can't tell in the first book if it's going to be
Mhm.
a series, that I think
Right.
it was setting it up and then it was for the long haul of this big evil that they have to fight. And I just love it. It's amazing writing. And just this world is just so incredible and unique to me that
Mhm.
I love this land and I can't wait to get back to.
I have to add that because I haven't heard of the Whisperwicks before. That's new for me.
Yeah, it is so so good. When I was in England this last summer, I got
Hmm.
just some of the copies. I wanted to get the UK versions. And so that's what I did. And I got the pretty sprayed edges, book
Ooh.
one and two, and I got the UK versions. I don't know why I thought that was going to be cool, but I did.
Oh, it is cool. I like that. I like those edges. Sequels. That's great. And so that book does that pull you in? Is that one of the books like it's fantasy, it's brings you into the world of
Yes, it's just you like
that.
feel like you're there. I think that's what I love about fantasy is just that
Hmm.
complete escape. Like not only am I in somebody else's life, but I'm in just this magical, fantastical world that is nothing like my own world. I love the idea of fantasy.
Yeah. I love that too. And also I wanted to ask in the book, does it have like a map inside of
Yes,
it?
it has
I
maps.
love
And
that.
one of my fellow co-creators was like, "Is there a map?" Oh no, I don't like maps. But yeah,
I love
like
maps.
but
Yeah, I
that's like
like
a
that.
big thing in the book is that they can't map it because that's one of the reasons that everybody gets lost. If anybody that tries to map it,
Oh.
those something happens that they're not able to map it. So it's a limited map because
Ah.
it's impossible to map. What rather world? I need to find out what the world is called.
Oh, I'm next now?
I know.
Oh,
You're up.
okay. Well, one book that I haven't read, but I'm highly anticipating is The Moon Without Stars
Oh,
by Chanel Miller.
okay.
And I know that I got this green screen, but I'm going to hold it up.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yes.
And this is, I haven't read it, so, but I'm, it comes out in, it says January of next
Oh,
year, so
perfect.
that's good. But it's Chanel. They say that she makes her middle grade debut,
Oh, neat.
and it's a personal story about friendship and identity and the power of creative expression. And this narrative, it follows this young protagonist navigating complexities of middle school while discovering her artistic voice. And when I got the book, some pencils came along with it, some different colored pencils, like the color of the cover.
Oh, nice.
And I thought, oh, how nice that is. And I figure like that book, The Moon Without Stars, I think that that might be a book that matters for educators and librarians and parents too, because this book, it has contemporary issues that they mentioned on the back. That's what I'm saying because I haven't read it yet.
Right.
But themes of identity, like I mentioned, and it has. If anyone is familiar with Chanel Miller's book, I think she had her. It says her celebrated memoir, "Know My Name." I
Okay.
haven't read that,
No.
but they say that her text is very lyrical, and it has, I think, a lot of young readers will resonate with her with this book. So
You
I'm excited to jump right into this.
Nice. And I love that when a book just feels lyrical. I love language and I love it when
Hmm.
I think that's one of the reasons that just some novels in verse when I'll just stop and I'll read some of them out loud just because I love the flow and I love it when there's just beautiful words
Oh,
and the way they flow. Like
me
that's
too.
fun. That's fun. All right. And I haven't heard of her, so I'll have to look that up. Okay, so one author I absolutely love is Brandon Mull. And when I interviewed him on the podcast quite a long time ago, he did mention this Forbidden Mountain that would be coming out. And I
Hmm.
saw him at an event last year and I was like, hey, when's this book coming? Because it's been a while since I talked to you. And he's like, it's coming, it's coming. So it's finally coming, April 2026. I have read one, two, three, four series by
Wow.
him. And I love Brandon Mull. He's best known for probably Fablehaven, right? And
Okay.
so it's this land where they go, it's all set completely in a fantastical world where they choose a guardian, like the children are paired with a spirit guide, and some are good spirit guide, like that they're generally good by nature, like good-hearted, and some are like have destruction and death or are like evil motivators. First, it's like, well, clearly you want to be paired with a good one. But this kid ends up wondering, should he bond with one of these cursed ones to
Oh.
stop a bigger evil that's coming in this land? And so it's these two, Mako and Arden. It says their fates collide and they're just facing these big evils. So it sounds like these two kids going and facing dark secrets and danger and
Mm.
it just sounds fantastic. And like I said, I'll read anything by Brandon Mull just because I trust the author.
Isn't that great when you can trust an author, you've read all of their books and you know that you're not going to be disappointed.
Right?
That hasn't happened where I'm like, ooh, really? They wrote that? I'm like,
Right?
no, right. It's always hit one out of the park, always. And I like that. Now, some adult authors,
Yeah,
I
that
get
is on the
disappointed
book. Right.
sometimes.
Right.
Yeah, I get disappointed. So,
Right.
but I know we're not talking about that one. So,
That's right.
but that
Yeah.
sounds really cool. That sounds awesome. And I have to be honest, I can't remember the last time I really dug into like another world,
Yeah.
fantastical world book, but I'm going to start now. I love that I don't think we have the same books. So
Okay.
this is kind of cool. I like this
Yeah.
because,
Right.
yes.
Giving each other
Now,
ideas.
hmm you read my books, I'll read
Yes. And then we'll talk about it at the end of the year, what we thought of all of them.
I like that. I like that. Now, my book is by an author that I interviewed on my podcast,
Okay.
Jennifer Ann Richter,
Okay.
and she wrote the book Bird Nerd.
Okay. I've
And
heard of
that
that, but I
was,
haven't read it.
yes, such a good book. And this book right now is getting some buzz.
Nice.
Haven't read it, but I have it, and it comes out next month.
Nice.
Now, have you ever had books that say like they will come out in January, but
And then
then
they
they
really
came
don't
out in
release till
December?
later. Yeah.
Right, or earlier,
Oh,
and
yeah.
you're
Yeah.
like promoting it. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's coming out in January. It's called The Star of Moon Village
Ooh,
by
similar to the
Jennifer
last,
Ann.
the wording, at least in the title, similar to the last.
Right? And
Star and Moon
let me
Skin.
see. Yeah, can you see?
Oh,
Let
yeah,
me
that's
see.
a beautiful cover.
Isn't that a beautiful
I
cover?
love the
Oh,
artwork. Yeah.
very nice. And so this book has some, and I know kids, when you say this, I mean, I always get excited, but when you say this, it's a STEM focused, like
Yeah.
has STEM in it. but it's an imaginary novel,
Okay.
and it combines near future space exploration with also middle grade school experiments.
Yeah.
So it's set in a lunar colony where kids face friendship drama, academic pressure, and finding where they belong. It's like science beats like relatable coming of age story for
Oh,
like
nice.
readers who like space adventures but
Yeah.
crave characters dealing with real emotions and everyday challenges.
So
And
is
I'm gonna
it
re
science fiction or is it realistic world kind of thinking about these?
it's a combination, and
Okay.
it says it says Priscilla Cobb has spent her whole life dreaming of space. The underground scientific labs on the moon are stuff of legend. So when on an international student research voyage to the moon is announced, Priscilla trains day in and day out, but she soon discovers research will not be the priority of the trip. In fact, the whole trip starts to feel like a vacation for the ultra rich and famous.
Mm.
And when a surprise secret guest is revealed, someone Priscilla hoped to never cross paths with again, Priscilla decides enough is enough. It's time for science to fight back. And that sounds cool right there.
Ooh, I love it.
I'm
So
already excited.
futuristic, but it feels like science that we can like almost grasp our minds around, right? Like, because
Yes.
some of them, I love the fantastical mixed with the science fiction. Like I've been listening to The Last Dragon of Mars, and now I'm on The Rise of Neptune. And it just, but like the science fiction aspect part of it, like I'm just like, I can't even grasp like turning a dragon into a spaceship. Like I'm just gonna trust you on this and go with
Yeah.
it. But I feel like that science, I could wrap my head around it a little more in what you're saying, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
And I'm excited because I space and talking about that, I thought we would be in space by now when I
Yeah.
was a kid. I thought right
Right.
now we would 21st century, I thought we would
Colony
be
on the
there.
moon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. I love that. And I think you're right. Big kid appeal there.
hmm
Absolutely. Okay. So one that I feel like I should know her, but I don't. I've got this book by Lisa Graff, A Scar Like a River,
Oh.
and it just sounds like a major emotional roller coaster. And I feel like it's going to just be one that I'm going to feel raw afterwards. And I love the idea of it. So this girl has a scar, and has only ever told one person about how she got this scar, but
hmm
she doesn't want to focus on this because it's dark and it doesn't have a good backstory at all. And so she wants to focus on great things like her best friends and trying to get the lead role in the school play and all these wonderful things. But then her uncle dies, and just this wildfire of events that she can't manage to tamp these out. And there's just all these secrets coming to life. And it says that there's an even
Mm.
bigger secret, even worse than the one about her scar. And so it just sounds like it's just going to be really
Mm.
intense.
Yes.
But it says that this author, Lisa Graff, she has unflinching prose and pitch perfect voice, which, definite appeal in a book. So I'm excited to dive into this one. This one's coming in February.
Oh, I'm so excited. I want that now. I haven't heard of that book yet. I've heard of Lisa Graff.
Yes.
Uh,
And I feel
right?
bad I've never read anything by her. Like when I got reading about it, I was like, how have I not read any of this? But there's always so much to read.
And listen to, right?
Yes. Yes.
So for me, I have, and I know, sorry about my green screen,
No, you're good.
The Secret Winners Club.
Okay.
And it's by Donna Galanti.
Okay.
And Donna, she wrote, I had her on my show, and was it Loon Cove Summer?
Okay.
And if I messed that up, Donna, forgive me. But anywho, this is totally different. This is the Winners Club, and it's a story that it centers on kids who form a club to escape feeling that they've always are coming in second place. How
Yeah.
many kids feel like that, right?
Right.
And then
Absolutely.
they
I feel
as the
like that.
club. Oh, right? I grew up feeling like
Sometimes,
that.
right?
Yeah, sometimes, but it's great to have a winners club where everyone's a winner.
Yeah,
But as it mentions, as this club evolves, the kids confront what it means to feel seen and valued and successful, both in school and with their friendships. And this book blends humor while exploring cooperation, self confidence, and recognizing personal strengths. Now, this will really speak to kids who feel overlooked,
right.
and it's about belonging and redefining what winning really means.
I love that. Redefine it. I love to get into that. And I feel like when you showed the cover, that's one I would pick up based on the cover. Just it
Right?
had a definite appeal.
Wait
Yeah,
a minute. Let me just.
there we go.
Oh,
Yeah. Like
yeah.
I would pick that. I don't think you should exclude a book bit because of the cover, because you never know. You just might not resonate with the art, but absolutely read a book because you love the cover. Like, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, absolutely.
I agree.
All right. So one that I listened to the audio and I was just in love with it immediately is called Dragonborn by Struan Murray. And the next book comes out in May of 2026. And just immediately, the audio was so, so good. I think this is one that might be even better listened to than read. I don't know.
I
It
have that
was
on my shelf.
so
So,
good.
oh, okay.
So I'll say what the first one's about so we don't give it away, the ending of
Yeah.
the first one, by saying what the second one. So the second one is called The Twilight Child, but the first one is this girl has a dragon side of her. But she has to learn how to transform into her dragon self. And always throughout the book, they're like, you're not transforming into what you're not. This is in you. This is part of you. Accept it as a part of you, right? And so
Right.
they're like at a school of other half dragon people. And so they can shapeshift from dragon to human. And I think this is a pretty common thing in other books that I've seen. And so it's something that you can understand and wrap your mind around, but it has like a new take on it and a new adventure, right? And I think schools for magic are so much fun. So it has this school kind of setting.
Oh, I like that.
And oh my gosh, the narration was just so phenomenal. I just loved listening to it. I just because I had the book to read and I was like, no, like sometimes I'd follow along, but I just loved listening to the narration. It was just so exciting and fast paced. I think I love that about fantasy too, is that there's always just that excitement there.
And it has to be. It has to grab you, especially young readers. It has to be able to grab them and hold on to them so they won't like say, ah, I don't want to read that.
Hmm.
That's cool. I'm glad you mentioned that. So now that's on my list.
Yeah,
Chick, chick.
look into listening to that one.
Now, Karen, you know Sharon Flake, right?
I
Skin I'm
don't.
in,
Tell me
Sharon Flake.
some Tom
Well,
title.
she is like the one of the like Walter Dean Myers. She's one of those middle grade authors that's beloved by kids, and she's written so many wonderful books. And I think the one that really started it all for her was the book called The Skin I'm In.
Yes, I've
And
heard of that. Yes.
yes, and so she has a book coming out that I haven't read, but I'm excited to. It's called Hattie Mae Begins Again.
Nice.
And it's a historical fiction.
I love historical
And
fiction.
it's a right. And this one is like set in rural North Carolina.
Oh, nice.
And Hattie, they say that she suddenly finds herself attending an elite boarding school in Philadelphia. Now, her family they were part of the Great Migration.
Hmm.
So they moved to Philadelphia, and she navigates like class divide, cultural assumptions, and self-doubt. But then she works to find her place among her peers
Right.
and their very different lived experiences. And it blends historical context and insight and offers like a vivid portrait of resilience and growth and friendship. Now, this book, like we mentioned, we like historical fiction, but it gives young readers something that they often don't see, but it does give them characters that they can connect with. And also, for teachers to have that discussion about the Great Migration. So, if they don't know, or if they, don't, if they're learning about it in a their social studies, history class. This will be probably a good book to talk about that.
Yes, and what a unique part of history to do, right?
Hmm.
Over tons of books about World War II, and nothing wrong with that. I love it, and it's such an easy one to, have a villain in. Makes a great setting, but that's where
Hmm.
most historical fiction is for middle grade, and this sounds like a great another aspect to
Yes,
be able
librarians and teachers can trust Sharon Flake, and I'm so happy to see that she has something coming out next year. So I'm super excited. Sometimes it's like if you haven't read an author in a while, but you know the name, you just you're like I don't need to know. I'm gonna
yeah.
just read the book, and that's how I feel with Sharon Flake.
Right. You don't even like actually when I was looking over this, I was like, okay, listeners, I'm gonna do this nice to you and I'm gonna figure out what this book's about because I was just gonna read it based on the author. Because
You're right.
to me, like I'm like, and I want to go into a book as blind as possible. And so a convenient thing is my memory is not what it used to be. So even if I've
Mm.
read the synopsis, I can forget because I've read so many synopsis anyways.
I agree. And spoilers. So if anyone tells me or gives the spoilers, I'm
Right.
going to forget.
Right.
I will forget. And so and I kind of like that
Yes,
because I
there's
could
got
just
to be
go into
something that's handy about this memory kind of not as good as it used to be, right?
right.
All right, so my next one that similarly, I would read anything by her. I love Christina Wyman, had her on the podcast. She wrote Slouch and Jawbreaker, if you've read either
I've
of
heard
those.
Jawbreaker. Hmm.
Yeah. So good. Just these realistic fiction stories where just very real things that kids are faced with, like bullying
Yes.
and things like that.
Yes.
So this girl with Breakout, you can assume it's the complexion that she has just like
Oh.
clinical level problems with chronic acne. And so,
Oh.
and she's really into volcanoes and stuff. And so it has this kind of parallel of she loves volcanoes. And then it also has this like, and they're erupting all over my face. But she is interested in volcanoes and she goes to a cosplay as a pepperoni pizza, which she just uses it to her benefit. But just her learning to love the skin that she's in. And like I said, Christina Wyman, just excellent author, just love her stuff, love talking to her, love just how she just, it's so powerful. And it's just like, wow, like sometimes we forget some of the things that kids are faced with, especially since for me it's been so long ago, or sometimes it's like, hey, this kid isn't dealing with this, but to
Hmm.
build that compassion for somebody else that does go through this and in a way that just has fun and humor and just a heartwarming, just she has this amazing ability to write. I just love it.
And that it's okay to have this blown acne because
Yeah.
we all go through that.
Right.
We all have eruptions on our
Right.
face, and you're like, uh-oh. So you've seen those acne stickers that kids put on their face. They're like stars.
Oh no.
And yes, and so if you have like a pimple, you can just put the star sticker, and it actually helps with your acne. But
Yeah.
I've seen young people wear those, and I'm like, that's
Do
perfect.
it.
I think, yeah,
Go
just go
for it.
ahead and do it. Go for it. Stars all over your face, great.
Yes, right. That's fantastic. I love it.
So Karen, oh, well, how do you feel about celebrities writing books, middle grade books? What are your thoughts on that?
I am inclined to believe that if it's middle grade, they wrote it. Like often with the picture books, it's like, yeah, sure, you wrote that. Like I bet it's a ghostwriter so often. But like and this is one that I'm super excited about. I'm assuming there's a third, is Kate McKinnon.
Oh,
She's a slave,
yes.
right? The
Are you go? Do you
Millicent
have you?
Cliff School. Oh, it's hilarious. And she's hilarious. And you can just feel it in her writing. So I'm on board. I'm on board.
Okay. Have you had Kate McKinnon on your
I
podcast?
haven't. I haven't.
Oh, wouldn't that be great if you could get her on your
Yes. Oh my gosh,
podcast?
I'd
Get
love
her, get her, get her,
this. All
get
right.
her.
I can just imagine it'd be so much fun.
It would be. Oh my gosh. So I mentioned that because Goldie Hawn
Uh-huh.
has a middle grade book, but
Really? Goldie Hawn.
yes, Goldie Hawn, and she's writing with Lynn Oliver, who collaborated with Henry Winkler on
Okay.
the Hank Zipzer books. And so this is coming out next year,
Okay.
and it's called The After School Kindness Crew #1. This is the first
Cool.
book, Pooch on the Loose. So, and I'm like, oh, okay, Goldie, go right ahead. So
Yeah.
this is a series opener. Follows an after-school group committed to practicing kindness and empathy, beginning with a mission to help a runaway dog.
Yeah.
And the tone is gentle and uplifting, and it shows how small acts of kindness can ripple outward, and positivity impacts a school community. It's character driven and suited for conversations around compassion and social emotional learning.
Oh, yeah.
I cannot wait for that because if Lynn Oliver is collaborating with Goldie Hawn on this, just like she did with Henry Winkler, I think this will be an awesome book.
Oh, oh, that's cool. I excited to look it up. I tell my kids the thing I hope most for them, even more than
Hmm.
them being successful and da 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 da, I hope they'll be kind. And so that just, oh, that sounds wonderful. Something I could read aloud to them.
Yes, I kindness is important.
So,
Empathy is very important. So yes, we
yeah.
have to.
All right, let's see. So this one I just came across. I had not heard of any of her other books. So it's the author is Saadia Faruqi. And in February 2026, she has Some of Us Are Brave coming out. So it's about these three kids. They're in Texas and
Hmm.
they each have their different things that they're dealing with. Like Yasir wants to be the captain of the soccer team.
Hmm.
There's this
Hmm.
bully Cody that's really bothering him. And then there's this girl, Mona, who she turns her nightmares into art. So they each have their
Oh, that's
different
cool.
things going on in their lives. And then, of course, they all end up together after this hurricane and they need to come together to survive. And they're an unlikely trio. And can they work together and figure this out and let go of, this bullying relationship that's been in the
Mm.
past and get over these things? And can they survive friendship wise? Can they survive, after the hurricane? Can they physically survive?
Yes.
So it sounds like just an intense, fantastic book.
After a hurricane, you better believe that sounds intense.
Right.
I've never been through one, but I mean, I can only imagine the descriptions
Right.
and everything that's going on in that book. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, some of us are brave. That is, got to be brave.
Right. I can't imagine dealing with that. And then being alone without adults to help.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Remember it like Hatchet? Remember that?
Yes. Right.
Yeah.
At least they have each other in this. Yeah. Good point.
Yes, yes, they're not
Yeah.
by themselves.
Yeah.
I would just be crying.
I
Ooh.
know. Somebody come save me.
Well, Gilligan's Island. Okay, so I am next. So Tiffany D. Jackson had a book that came out this year called
Oh,
Blood in
Blood
the
in the
Water.
Water. Yes, that's in my audio to get listened to from books that I hadn't read earlier in the year. Yes, I have
Well,
it checked
hurry
out
up,
from Libby right now.
hurry and read it. No, no hurry, because this book called Ghost in the Night
Uh-huh.
comes out August 4th.
Nice.
And this one is a setting in Savannah, Georgia's most haunted city. And this one is a follow-up to Blood and Water.
Oh,
So, 12-year-old Harmony arrives with her musician father
nice.
for a summer gig, and the recent disappearance of a local boy remains unsolved until the trail has gone cold, leaving the simmering community without answers or closure. And Savannah, with its mossy trees and ornate old homes, is also a place rich in history and ghosts. Ghosts are what pique Harmony's interest. Still reeling. I'm not going to say anything
Right. It
because I
has
don't
that
want to give you
connection
anything
to the
away.
first book, right?
Yep, it's connection to the book, but still reeling. But when she goes on her mini ghost tours around the town, and I did go on a ghost tour when I was in Georgia. But anyway, she
Yes.
takes a photo of what might be a ghost, or is it a hoax?
Mm.
As Harmony and her new friends look into the truth, behind the ghost picture, they stumble into a dangerous, tangled web of ambition, lies, and, shall I say,
Ooh, you got me ready to read. You got me excited, Anisha. I'm hooked already.
It's spine tingling. Can't put
Yes.
down mystery that delivers thrills, chills, and goosebumps, layered, layered with storytelling from this Tiffany D. Jackson. So get ready.
All right. Well,
Comes out August.
I think you need to do trailers and do the audio voice for trailers because just listening to you talk about it, I'm like, all right, I'm in.
I'm already ready. I was ready to just go in there. So
Yes.
first, listen to Blood in the Water.
Hey.
Listen to that, and then you'll be ready
All right.
um, next year.
Oh, love it. Oh my gosh. Okay, I got this book when I was in Europe actually, and I have not read it yet. Comes out here in next month in January. And
Ooh,
so Alice with a Y by Anna James, a Return to Wonderland kind of book. And I love like these just the stories that we love and grew up
hmm
with and having another take on them. And that's all I know, and that's all I'm going to tell you. Because so one of my favorites, and I'm looking forward to hers so much as well. I interviewed Philippa Leithley, and her second book in Inkbound is coming out next month as well. And it is such a
hmm
fantastic book. And she was talking about this one, and I was just like, okay, I trust you, Philippa. I'm just gonna get on board with this. And so, and if you've heard of, what's it called? Pages and Co. by Anna James, and then her Chronicles of Weatherwhy. So her second book in Chronicles of Weatherwhy also comes out in April 2026. So it's again, just I trust the author. She
hmm
writes such great stuff that I was just like, yeah, I trust to read that. You're another Alice in Wonderland kind of story,
Yes.
and going back to Wonderland and all of this.
Mm.
And she just writes that you just feel like you're there and in the story and connecting with characters that I love it so much.
I am loving that cover.
Isn't
So
it
you know how they
gorgeous?
say, yes, I'm already intrigued by that
Yeah,
cover. Yes. I like
right.
that. I really want to, I'm gonna read that.
Right. And it just makes
Oh,
you think of just, I don't know, those stories that are classics. And then to have, I don't think it's a retelling because it says it's returned to in England, 1919, Alice with a Y,
ooh.
the spelling, but then it's also Y, WHY. And my son was somewhere we were playing games and he won a Squishmallow Cheshire Cat. And I said, do you know who the Cheshire Cat is? Because I couldn't remember ever having watched Alice in Wonderland with him. And if he even,
hmm
it's like, no, I know the story, Mom. He's 16. And I was like, okay, like, I don't know. Like, do teenagers know Alice? Like, but even if they don't, I think that you could love something written by Anna James. It sounds wonderful. I'll let you know
It
afterward.
does.
Tell the story
Yeah,
beforehand.
thank you. That's gonna be on my list. And I am next.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I actually did not know. Okay, so there's a sequel. So Erin Entrada Kelly
Yeah.
wrote the book The Last Resort, and
Yes.
that came
Love it.
out this year, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
And then did you do any? So it has like these QR codes and you get to interact with the ghosts. Did you do any of that?
I did.
Because I
I
just
did.
did a e-copy on NetGalley when I read it. So like those weren't available to me, and I just picture kids just loving that.
Well, get ready, kids, listeners, because now Jasmine Warga, she wrote the sequel called The Claiming.
Yeah.
That's coming out.
And that
And I didn't
is
know that.
so fun
What?
that the two very
Uh,
well-known authors are. So I
yes,
wonder if there's more. I wonder if they get another author. That just sounds amazing. Is it the
more
same
puzzles.
characters, do you know, from
The
book
same
one?
characters.
Okay.
Yes, it's the next evolution with the interactive storytelling.
Nice.
And then it has Teddy and Leela and Khalib from has the same characters,
Cool.
but and also the same puzzles and mysteries.
Oh,
So this is one I'm excited about too
yeah.
because you get to engage and interact, and that's always fun. When I heard about that, I was like, okay, I like that. Now I didn't know they were going to have different authors, so this is,
Yeah. That
you
is
know,
neat. That is really
I'm
neat. And
sorry
both
about that.
phenomenal authors. Again, authors that you'll just trust, like to read their stuff.
Chef's kiss, yes,
Yeah.
chef's kiss.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, well, speaking of an author to just absolutely trust, Gordon Korman, right? And then,
Yeah,
right, so
yeah.
let's see, Hypergifted is going to be the third in the series, which is so fun. And similarly, Jerry Spinelli is coming out with another one, right? And so both
Jerry Spinelli.
right. So the Jerry Spinelli's is the fifth grade top dogs, and that's in June. And I didn't even read. It's connected to a book about third grade something and fourth grade something. I don't know. I love Stargirl. I love, some of other Spinelli books. Definite.
Stargirl.
Right.
Mm.
Wonderful. And Gordon Korman, everything I've read by him is just phenomenal. And I did listen to Ungifted, which is really fun. The boy accidentally ends up in a gifted and talented school, right? And so Donovan's like trying, but he's got to stay there because he's got to cover up this big accident that he caused to happen at his school. And he doesn't want the superintendent to discover him. And by not being at the school anymore, that's the perfect opportunity to not be discovered because the superintendent did see him. And all he needs to do is see him again. And so then he makes friends with like just the smartest kid, right? So this one is about Noah, the really smart kid. And there's a book in the middle called Super
Yes.
Gifted. Noah, the super smart kid, he just wants to be a normal kid. He doesn't like how smart he is. He just
An embrace.
right? He just wants to be in middle school enjoying life, just like Donovan, the kid that wasn't in the gifted and talented program. He gets accepted to like this college, and he doesn't want to do that. He wants to just be a regular kid in middle
Hmm.
school. And so he's off for the summer at this college and interacting, but he gets to bring a friend. So he brings this friend, Donovan, the not gifted friend, and there's just so much going on. It just sounds like it's going to be incredible. Just, of course, because again, Corman.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
let's see. I wanted to mention a couple things about it. Okay, so they want to join this top secret society of the gavel. And so they end up smuggling the mascot, a 200-pound pig, into their dorm. And then combined with all that, they're trying to use their middle school smarts. I mean, Donovan's got the like, more street smart kind of thing. And then
Hmm.
they also have to fix a haywire AI program before it pretty much ends the
Ooh.
world and keep track of Donovan's
Oh,
campers because Donovan's a camp counselor kind of thing. So it sounds like there's just so much going on. Just sounds fantastic.
high anxiety. High anxiety.
Right?
Right. I love it. And helping the world, I love that, you know? Oh, so they're gonna like hack into, well, I don't know. It just
Right? I,
sounds
I don't
fun.
even
Like
know.
anything. Yeah, I know. I mean,
But
just
he's like super smart.
I'm on
Noah's
that.
already done some hacking. I think it was Noah. No, it was a different character. Never mind that.
It's like war games. It's like war games.
You're
Have you ever
right.
seen that movie War Games when he
Right.
hacked and changed his grades and then he almost started World War III?
Right. Right.
Yes. Okay. But if that's not the plot of that book, I'm just saying. Okay. Super smart. Okay. So my book is Tech Week by Lindsay Champion.
Okay.
This is a follow-up to her book, and I had her on my podcast as well.
Yes.
Follow Cast versus Crew series.
Okay.
So this one has the all the like the mishaps and chaos, just like Cast versus Crew.
Nice.
But this is a week before school musical opens, and the tech mishaps and relationships and drama and uh, the story has so much high energy for middle school theater,
Yes.
and it's perfect for readers who love that behind the scenes because now we're going to be with the tech crew. So if you ever wanted to be behind the scenes or know what went on behind the scenes, I worked in community theater when I was in college, and I was the wardrobe mistress. So I was sewing all the costumes. I would like fix the costumes. I would iron the costumes, go and wash the costumes, all of that. And so I was always intrigued when I was doing the costumes, always intrigued by the lighting person or the person who did the sound. So this is the tech week. So we're going to go behind the scenes with this. And again, you're going to have the kids who are the pranksters, and you're going to have the serious kids, but it's going to be a lot of fun. So Tech Week comes out next year, and it's going to be a blast. And I love Cast versus Crew, and I think everyone is going to love Tech Week.
Oh, that sounds fantastic. I was not a
Yes.
theater kid, but I have two of my own children who are, and it's so fun to be a part of that world. Love it.
Behind the scenes are the best.
Right. And that's where I volunteer, the backstage and getting all their stuff
Yes.
going and seeing them when they're like, oh, just all emotional between scenes and stuff. Right. Right.
Yeah, and if you
Uh,
love that, then you're gonna love reading this because there's
oh,
gonna be a bunch of that. So,
awesome. Awesome. All right. Well, for time's sake, should we each do one more? Do you have one more?
okay. Yep, I
Okay.
have one more.
Perfect. Okay. I will end with one. I have never heard of the author or this book until, I just stumbled upon it as I was looking up stuff and I'm excited about it. It is called Phoenix and it is by Kimberly Brubaker Bradley. And so it
Uh-uh.
says a fresh, unexpected horse kid series from an unexpected horse kid herself.
Horses.
So she wrote a book that I've heard so much about and has been on my to be read for too long. I have not read it, but I'm so familiar with it. Have you heard of The War That Saved My Life?
Yes.
So,
Yes,
okay,
I have.
so same author there. And so it says it's this book about Harper, and her life has just exploded. Her parents are getting divorced, and she's just feeling betrayed, like her best friend Kat. She feels like she knew the reason behind this before she even
Hmm.
did. And so Harper and her mom are starting over in a cramped house in a new town right next to like this horse riding barn next door. And so she's
Mm.
never been around horses, never had any interest in horses. But then this like sickly, near death horse just gets dropped off at her on her property. And she's like,
Hmm.
I don't know what to do with a live horse. What am I going to do with this dying horse? But she
Oh.
just decides she's not going to give up on this horse. And so the horse is Phoenix, and she's going to save the horse. And of course, Phoenix isn't going to give up on her. So it sounds like, Phoenix the horse also saves this girl Harper in a way. And just sounds so heartwarming. I did not grow up with horses, but my husband did. That was one of
Hmm.
our first dates and also our date when he proposed marriage. And so
Oh,
I've got like
nice.
connection to the horses and I just love this idea when I saw it. And I don't know, girls and teens, they love horses, right? It's just something that's definitely appealing. Who doesn't love horses? Even if you don't want to ride, like I think it's such a great thing to read about.
I I love horses, and I did have an opportunity when I was 7 years old to ride on a horse. I remember the horse's name, Sheba,
Oh,
and it was just, oh my gosh, so amazing. And just thinking about that, I remember reading that book, War Horse,
yeah.
and I saw the play, and it just moved me to tears. I just, something about horses,
Yes. Right.
and that already, if you just say horse, I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm in there. I'm in there.
Right.
Yes.
Nice.
Right. Oh, that sounds great. And that she's going to be taking care of a sickly horse and they're going to bond.
Right.
I love that. Oh,
Perfect.
okay. My book is now, this is a graphic novel.
Oh, fun.
Karen.
So yeah, we talked about
And
this before signing
yeah.
on, but I have a love-hate relationship with certain graphic novels.
Now this one,
Overall, love graphic novels. They're great. Great way to get kids reading.
they are, they're a start, right? They're a
Right.
start.
There's
Um,
so much to them besides, yeah, besides what people think, the initial stereotypical opinions. There's so much more to them and so much depth and stuff that you can take
so
out of
many
them.
different kinds, so many
Yeah.
award-winning graphic
Yes.
novels,
Yes.
right? So we have those. This one is called The Bizarre Bazaar, and it's by
Yes, the
Dan.
the second book is coming out and I haven't read the first.
This is the
Yes.
second book. This is the
Beautiful.
second book.
Yes. I just had that mailed to me and I was like, what's this? So I went and like looked it up and I was like, okay, it's a sequel. What do we got going on here? But tell me, because I didn't
Yes.
get past
So
that.
I did not read the first one, but I did receive the sequel.
Okay.
And I'm just going to read it because I don't know. But it says, The Bizarre Bazaar is back with another tale surpassing strange. It says, the otherworldly shopkeepers, Babs and Bruno, are bringing us another spine-tingling mystery. This time, there is some evil lurking in the shadows just outside Beaufort Farm. Oh my goodness. Lucy and Frida Beaufort have never stepped foot outside of their family farm in the Carolina Inner Banks. It's the dead of July, and in the midst of yet another boring summer, making jam for the family business, the girls want nothing more than to visit the town they've never been allowed to see. I already like this. Their father has always said the outside world is a dangerous place, but danger is closer to home than they know. There's something in the nearby woods, ooh, uprooting trees, scaring fish from the water, and scratching at Lucy's window in the middle of the night. Oh, I
Ooh,
love this. Lucy
that's
can't shake the feeling that's there. Is there a monster out and about? Uh, One that has two pointy fangs and only comes out at night? It's up to, to the sisters to discover what this monster wants. But the farther they stray from home, the weirder things become. Uncover the bizarre and much more in this sinister graphic novel series, sure to give you a fright.
ooh, so like strange, not just like weird strange, because we both interviewed Michael Buckley, Weirdies, and that's just
Yes.
weird, but this sounds like creepy strange, right? Is that what this Bizarre
Mm-hmm.
Bazaar is like? Creepy. Ooh.
Ah, I'm excited. So I have to get my hands on the first one, Bizarre Bazaar, and that one was called Mirror Town.
Sick.
So it got so much praise. It was like it said it's like an anthology sci-fi show like The Twilight Zone.
Nice.
So yeah, it's like cavalier and chilling, delightful and mortal foibles, and offering unexpected revelations by Kirkus Review.
Ooh.
Anything that's Twilight Zoney, I'm there. I
Yeah.
love Twilight
Oh,
Zone.
you got me
Yes.
on that one. Okay. I'm excited. This will be fun. This was so much fun. Just chatting with you about books coming out. It's getting me excited for 2026 and all these great books. And
Hmm.
so, and also, like I just mentioned, that we've interviewed some of the same authors before, but I've listened before, like when I was like, okay, what did she have going on in the interview? Or I listened afterward and I was like, I hope we didn't talk all about the same stuff, and we don't, you know. And so, if you do not follow Reading in the Middle yet, if you're here because of Book Huddle, then definitely go and check out Reading in the Middle with Anisha.
Thank you. And also, let's check out your Book Huddle as well. And you're also on YouTube
Yeah.
and on all those podcast platforms, just like me.
So perfect. All right, come and check it out, and tell us if you're on YouTube, we do have comments here. And if not, come over to Instagram where we'll, post a little preview and tell us there.
Mhm.
What are you excited to read in 2026?
Yes, please. Yes, please tell us and tell us what books that we missed or books that you are excited about. And Karen, I want to thank you for inviting me on your podcast. I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Thank you, Anisha. This was so much fun.
Yes.
Hey there, I am back to ask you wonderful listeners a quick little favor. If you enjoy the podcast Book Cuddle and Reading in the Middle, could you take a second and just really quick go and rate and review both podcasts, Book Cuddle and Reading in the Middle, on your own podcast platform? That really helps us each to grow and bring you more wonderful information about children's books.